Last episode we started our hardcore journey after never even playing classic WoW, and we left off just a bit away from level 20 after finishing our first ever dungeon on this character, Deadmines, and getting some very juicy upgrades. However, this episode will be all about dungeons, potential upgrades, traveling and making money. With that being said, we can slowly make way into the part 2 of our hardcore journey. Sit back, relax and enjoy this episode. You knew I could not show you how I hit level 20, so that is exactly what we are going to see. Just as this Murloc dies, and with him dying, we still needed to kill a few of them to finish this quest. But me not caring and being cocky almost got me killed just mere minutes later, but once again we prevailed and managed to escape death by a tiny bit. And guess what? I didn't re-aggro the mobs again, and I strafed whilst running away so they don't daze me. And you thought I was bad. The proof is there, you said it, people. Now, let's get back on track. After that quest, I made my way to Darkshore, where alongside this warrior I started a disgusting escort quest that almost got both of us killed. Yeah, death is all around us, but apart from these mobs spawning, the NPC would follow us, so we went off the road and managed to avoid most of the other spawns. Here I also finished these two quests that I had available, once again not showing them as it's just basic kill and loot quests, but trust me, the loot quest took quite some time. And I took the only flight path that the lands have available in Ashenvale, and that was the only reason we were there. After that I made my way to Lakeshire, where I killed Bellygrub, as I do not like aggressive wars, and for some reason after that the next video that was recorded is of me at the last boss in Wailing Caverns, even though I was pretty sure I recorded most of the run, but I will let you on a secret. At least from my memory, I only managed to get the cape from the Rhino boss. Apart from that, we were there just so I can say I did it as I promised, and I would do most of the dungeons. Then it was back to Lakeshire, and if you remember in the first time, I told you rogues had a lockpicking profession, and here is where we started it. Standing here, opening these chests and leveling my skill up to 100. At least 100. Once I looted the quest item and talked to my goblin friend, I got my certificate of a thief and finally can start working in Berlin. Then it was time to unlock poisons. You see, the thing is that you get this quest at level 20, and I am level 24 as you can see. Now, I won't explain why I waited. The plan was to get level 22 to get Vanish, as I did my research before coming here. Once again, I'm proving just how good I am at this game. Thank you, I know we all agree. Now, back to the quest. We have to make our way up and lockpick a chest, with the problem being that the next to the chest was a level 22 elite with a decent chance of resisting our sap. But we did get lucky and he didn't resist, hence we lockpicked the chest, took our item, ran and vanished out of that place as soon as possible. And we got a 7-day debuff, which we had to remove with a quest, otherwise I think we would die. I didn't want to test it. I'm not sure on that part, and I also didn't want to test it as I said, and to get the anti-poison we need to gather all of these items. Simple wildflowers, 1 leaded vial, bronze tube and a spool of light silk thread. As usual, when you have 110 gigabytes of videos, the part where I finish the quest is missing, but here we have a good known escort quest that is insanely hard to solo, since I joined the group when I saw people in LFG chat. Here we have the second dungeon of this video, and that is Shandalfang Keep. Now the dungeon in itself isn't the problem, but to get to it, it is. I had to fly to Menethil Harbor, and from there I had to run into Arati Highlands, and to save myself a run back, I went bit off course and took the flight path. And then we made our way into South Shore, where I did the same, and from there we made our way to the dungeon. Now this is insanely not worth it, unless we get the dagger from the final boss, as at this point our weapons are insanely outdated and weak. After we all made way there, we ran through this without any issue, killing boss after boss, and without any need to say it, but I will. Your boy did not get anything, as you expected. So far we still have a few bosses to go through. Now at final boss, it is very important to note that you could always, when possible, line of sight him, as his casts hurt like hell. But you aren't here for any guides, but for the loot. And as the boss fell, he didn't drop anything for me, which I could instantly tell by the duration of this clip, as it ended as soon as I saw the item. Never lucky. Next up, a random chest in Darkshire. As you guys know, I can't pass up on any chest that I see, as that, if you ask me, is a crime in itself. And as I was on the lookout for a group to do the elite quests in Lakeshire, that is exactly what I did. As I saw a group being formed, I joined and made my way there, as these were the only quests I had left there that I could not solo. So here we had a few tasks. One was to loot 3 quest items of these mobs, kill a name mob outside of the castle and kill 1 name mob inside. And that is exactly what we did, with tiny problems here and there, but in the end we succeeded. And since I was already there, I went on to kill some of the other normal mobs for the quest items, and then this happened. Our first blue bind on equip item, and it was a dagger. But if you know me even a tiny bit, you already know your boy sold that dagger to make financial profit. After all of the quests were finished, we went to the town to turn them in, and I will just let you experience this moment without any background commentary, as this is one of the moments all of us love.
See you later. Have a good one. Hey there. See you around. King's honor, friend. Go with honor, friend. Life bless you. For the Alliance.
What can I do for you? Safe travels.
Need help? Be careful.
Then more quest turn-ins, but this time from stockades, and it managed to ding us to level 28. Then it was the time for some rather disgusting quests in wetlands, where I had to kill these pirates, and most of them would chain pull, since they were in water and tightly packed, but we managed to complete it with some slight problems. And then your boy went and found a vendor so I could sell all of my trash, and I also bought curse blasting powder, which I always buy since it was selling for 8 silver a piece on auction house, and you know how your boy is about money. Then another quest turned in, which got us a big sword upgrade as well as level 29. Just wonderful. A bit more questing later, and I finally got my hands on another 10 slot bag, which we desperately needed. Then I found a group for Necrosh, a elite quest in wetlands, which I recorded as I thought it would go very sideways, since we were 3 hunters and 1 rogue. But instead it went pretty good, so why not include it? We also found a priest and decided to do dwarf elite quests we had available at that time. And this right here was just a comedy show, with the hunter having aggro and running away from all of us with the boss. But in the end, everything ended good, and we managed to kill him and clear the remaining of the ads that were alive. And then your boy turned the quests in and dinged level 30. I know, they grow up so fast. Then I made my way to Stormwood, where I leveled my alchemy to 150. And if you're wondering How I got the fish to craft this, the answer lies in the auction house. Yeah. Also bought the first aid manual since I forgot to buy it in Rati Highlands, and with the amount of cloth I had, I felt like it couldn't wait. Also got my cooking to 175, so congratulations me. And bought myself some upgrades on the auction house since they were cheap, as leather workers crafted them for leveling up, and they were insane since I didn't have much luck with the item drops. Next thing I knew, I was dodging this abomination in Darkshire so I wouldn't get a trip back to Elven Forest sooner than expected. With that being done, I went questing, and what do you know? One of the mobs I killed drops an insane main hand for me, so be sure I went on to equip it. Soon after that, I started looking for a Gnomergan group, and little did I know, I found one, and this run was just perfect. We had no trouble clearing the bosses and doing some quests. Now, keep in mind, I didn't have all of them as I joined a group, not really planning to run this right now, but the bosses went down without any problems and I got myself a nice ring. Druid himself got the piss weapon for Pharaoh Druids, and we cleared the lane to the final boss like cheese, without any problematic pose of any kind. And after discussing a tactic for the final boss, we just decided to go in, and as you would expect with a group this good, we just slapped him around and finished mine first Gnomergan run. And let me tell you, it was really enjoyable, unlike what you're going to see later on. Then I turned in dungeon quests and got an insane pair of pants with 18 agility, which we are going to use for many levels. Next up was Stormwind, or rather a house outside Stormwind, where I had to pick up some apples and then made my way to a gnome, where I turned the quest in and had to ambush these two. After killing them, we made our way to Lady Catherine to get the Seal of Rin, which is an insane ring, and she may or may not be a dragon, but we'll see that later. And now, being a few levels up, having decent gear and stealth quests were easier than ever. And then Blizzard servers decided to almost send me back to Elven Forest, but thankfully it didn't happen. But guess what? I just kept getting DC'd and almost died. Still, I have no idea what was the problem here, but it was scary. After all was said and done, I also found a rare mob that I killed, and I had to record it as I didn't know how strong he is. And for the first time ever, I took a summon to Booty Bay, where we got the Zandalar buff or however it is called, and from there we took a portal to Stormwind, where I got some priest buffs, druid buffs, and waited for Onyxia buff to drop. And me being me, not seeing that it dropped in upper right corner, I wrote in guild chat no Stormwind buff. Then I saw that I got it, and let me show you the killing speed with 2 buffs. This was insane. I was just going through these mobs as they were nothing, and I really have to admit it was cool. I will let you watch for a bit. Then I saw in chat that there was a group forming for Morladim, and I decided to join it. After killing him, I made my way back to turn in the quests and follow up on the missing diplomat, which sent me to Stormwind, where I talked with this dwarf and he summoned 2 more hostile mobs, which with Blade Fury and Evasion I basically one-shotted. Have to love being a rogue. Few quests later, I was in Narati and decided to visit the vendor that sells book for bandages, and I leveled my first aid even further here. And here we come to the breaking point, at least for me. Against my better judgment, I decided to do another gnome run to finish some of the quests I had and also to try to get this weapon. And this run, God, the paladin healer was just something else. Here he said 3 minutes AFK, and trust me when I tell you it wasn't 3 minutes. When he came back, I saw him use mana pot after the pool, as he didn't have mana, so I decided to ask him if he didn't have any water, and to no one's surprise, he didn't have any. Then later on, the hunter was almost out of arrows. I swear to God, this run was just testing me, and the boss didn't drop the weapon that I needed, so I knew this was going to be all for nothing. And then Paladin once again said wait. At 4:52 he said wait. 4:56 he said he has a client as he is at work. And guess what? He came back at 5:14, so we went to clear further and killed the last boss. I swear to God, this was just enough for me. After that, I just turned the quests in and logged out, because that was too much. And this will mark the end of this episode. Your hero is level 33, killing turtles for turtle meat. Will he manage to hit level 40 since he is getting closer? Will he die randomly to a DC? Those are all of the questions that will be answered in the next video.